YouTube. Well, it's been a little over a month flatbedding, and I'm going to give you guys some updates on what I feel about it. Tubiest of the tubiest. The best YouTube subscribers on the planet. That's you. And I'm 50 plus. And today I'm gonna kind of fill you in. Let's come up to date to where I am with flatbed, and kind of compare it to what I've done in the past, and what I plan on doing down the road, and also answer a few questions. Okay, well, let's just jump right in because I don't want to get too long. Okay, well, quite a difference between flatbed and dry van / reefer. Big difference, and the major difference in the type of dry van I did, which was no touch freight. Okay, I basically drove a truck, and drop and hook and back up to docks, and that's it. 99% of the time I didn't even know what was back there. This is totally different. You will work every time you go to a customer, period. It's just the way it is. I went and picked up a preloaded trailer. It is always strapped down and everything, but you still have work to do. There was some things on there that wasn't secured the way I liked it, and where I felt safe about it, and then I had to add more straps. I still had to weigh the load. It didn't need to be tarped, so kind of got away with doing a little bit of work there. When you go to the customer that you're dropping it off, well, the process starts over again. You have to unwrap all that stuff. Okay, you have to that load didn't need to be tarped, but you still have to take the binders and straps and things off. It's still work. Okay, and so it's quite a bit more physical labor, and you get just downright filthy dirty. You get nasty, man. And I actually bought a jumpsuit to put over my clothes, which helped quite a bit. After I got done, I was kind of covered with mud. Yesterday, where I delivered, it was ice on top of mud, basically, and it was a nasty mess getting into the facility to drop the stuff off, and I had to put chains on and all that kind of stuff, which didn't work out very well with these super singles. They just suck, man. They are horrible. I would never buy a truck with super singles. No way. They are bad, man. And I think the only good purpose about them is they're supposed to save you on fuel, but in every other instance, they fall really, really, really short. And I got really muddy and dirty messing with those things yesterday. But I had the jumpsuit on. Once I got done delivering, I just took the jumpsuit off and had clean clothes underneath. So, that's a different situation than if I was pushing a dry van. So if you're going to come out here and do flatbed, just be ready to work, okay? And just in case you were thinking about doing it at 50 plus years old, I just started doing this, and I'm 50 plus years old, and I'm doing just fine with it. In fact, we need the exercise instead of just sitting behind that seat. We need that exercise, so it works out really well. Okay, so if you're thinking about doing flatbed, come on out here and do it. You can. I've seen people who don't look like they can, walk 50 feet without having to take 5 breaks, but they're doing this job, and you can too. Okay. What do I think about the company Melton that I'm working for? I have 0 complaints, none. I mean, they're keeping me rolling, so to speak. I mean, this is my first time sitting any, and I actually have a load. But it was a short run. Generally on Friday, I was getting long runs that took me through the weekend. This one was only a total of, I think, 490 or something like that total, even with the deadhead. And I'm sitting right now doing a 34, and then tomorrow I'll go right to the customer's door, and then Monday morning I'll deliver it. It's no problem. I mean, you're not going to hit the home run every single time, and if you think that you will be, then you're living a dream, and it's pretty childish to think that everything is going to be beautiful and roses and grand slams every time you come up to the bat. That's just not how life works. If that's who you are, and you think that you're going to get 3,000-mile weeks every week, then there's no sense in me talking to you, because you're an unreasonable person. You're never going to grasp the concept of what reality is, okay? But I've been getting really good miles here, okay? So let's just get to a couple of questions, and then I'm going to shut it down. I don't want to keep going very long. King Cobra wants to get a channel started, and I'm assuming he wants to do a trucking channel. But he'd asked me a little bit about my editing stuff, okay? And you will, it depends on, no matter what you do, you're going to get out of it what you put into it. And as you continue to put out content, you will want your content to get better and better and better. And it takes effort to do that, and it takes knowledge to do that, and you'll seek that out right here on YouTube. There's ways that you can learn to do things fairly quick and easy. You got to kind of figure them out. But 99% of what we do, YouTubers on truck drivers that are on YouTube, the vast majority do what I'm doing right now, and that is talking into my cell phone. And we do it because it's a minimal process, and we just don't have a lot of time, number one, or a lot of space to put a lot of equipment, okay? That being said, outside of my phone, I have here my my DSLR, and I take sometimes I'll take pictures with it that I'll use for thumbnails and stuff like that. Something really cool, I'll it's in a distance. I got a nice big lens that I can take a distance photo, and I just use that for like thumbnails or pictures along the way. I kind of like throwing them in there because some scenes are pretty cool, and I want my subscribers to be able to see some of the scenery that I see and some of the pictures that I see, and they will too if they decide to come out here and drive. But I don't have a whole lot of experience doing this with an Android phone, but I can tell you that the Apple products really work well, and it kind of they use their own apps. So the phone, the stuff that you take, the videos you take with the iPhone works right into the iMovie app that you use to edit the videos and everything, and it's just like really flows, and then you can upload it to YouTube. It's not that hard, but I would definitely try to get a modern, one of the latest phones. If you like Android, then do the Android, and people do it with Androids. I don't know how, because I don't have Androids, but Apple makes it really easy. Okay. Let's go to something else here. Oh crap! Sorry. I'm actually, I have my look. I have my phone. See my TV on the wall right there, and I'm using my iPad, and I'm streaming it to this TV because I thought I was going to be able to. Let me get you around a little bit more. I thought I was going to be able to read this with bigger, so I wouldn't have to keep going, and make something happen. But it ain't working out like that. Okay, Sean H, what was that, an Amazon warehouse? Okay, the last video had me driving inside of a building, and that was the building that was real hard to get in because I kept sliding on the ice. And I'm not sure, it is actually I guess it's going to be some sort of distribution center or multi-business building, and because there's docks and stuff like that. And there's, if you watch the video as I'm coming out, there's another a building way in the front, and it's going to be just like that one. And I think there's 2 businesses in that one, but those things are pretty big. And man, it was a challenge to get in, and then you have to turn around inside that building with people working and all of those pipes and things you saw holding them. You have to navigate through all that, and you better know how to drive when you go in there. I can tell you that. Michael Kendall, I want to say congratulations to him, and he'd been kind of tripping a little bit, getting through the process of getting his permits. As you know how I am, how I preach, get that permit prior to going off to school, to whether it's Swift school or whoever school it is, get that permit first. And it's not because it's gonna skip processes when you get there, because they may still make you go through the permit class, but you won't have to pass or fail it because you would already have the permit. Okay. I don't know why they do that. Maybe it's just because you have to be in the school for a certain amount of hours for it to count. I don't know. But if you don't have it, your permit, and you go to the school, you have to get the permit while you're there. If you don't get it right there, they send you back home. So I tell you to get it before you get there, because it relieves the stress. And if he had done that, if he had gone to the school without it, and then he would have been in that process where he had to come back home and start it over again, because kind of didn't do so well on the first time or two. But persistence paid off, and now he's done. He's got it. Okay, so the next step happens. You need to go to school, and most people say, well, I got a few things I got to get done before I can do this, I got to do that, I got to do the other thing. And before you know it, so much time has passed, you got to retake that test and go through it all over again. My advice to you is jump on it, man. It's only a 3-week class, and you can do whatever it is that you have to do. I got to move this, or I have to, buy a new house, or I got to do. Those things take a long period of time. The school does not. So you just need to get all that stuff worked out so that you don't let too much time pass. Okay? You'd be surprised what happens after we get to procrastinating. And they may not even be procrastinating. It's just things you have to do in life. You have to get your house in order before you can get on the road. And I understand that. But so many people procrastinate and come up with excuses why what's taking them so long to get started. Before you know it, they never do. But I don't have any doubt that you'll make it happen, bro. Adam Winfield, I hope I said that right. This is an awesome video. Enjoy your videos. I'm here at the Swift School in Virginia. Good deal. I got my pre-trip down, and everything's been doing pretty good on my backing, and hopefully all goes well until you. That's right, bro. I'm glad that you got it going, man. I'm glad you got out there and made it happen. Most won't. You'd be surprised how many people I talk to, and they've even went as far as getting their permit, and then they just completely shut down. Completely. Red Star. He says, he was at the Iowa 80. And once you get out here and start burning some fuel, the Iowa 80 truck stop is one you most definitely want to stop at. That place is huge, 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 huge. And about anything you want to buy for a truck, it's there. And you can spend a bunch of money. You can spend a bunch of money. It's like a little mall for truckers. And upstairs it's got just a plethora of restaurants in this truck stop. I mean, it's a lot to do there, a lot to eat and all that kind of stuff. And I think it's got a mini movie theater or something there. It's got a lot, bro. And it's a pretty cool place to be. But you will spend some money if you mess around that too long. That was the only place that I was able to, it's tucked down, but you know, the tandem stopper that I showed you guys, the big thick one that you just slide into the hole, and to slide the tandems, the one you see me use 90% of the time, that's the only place I found that one. There and on Amazon, okay? But if you're at a truck stop, that's the one that I got that big thick brass tandem stopper from. So that's a cool place to be. Let's see if we can catch a couple more. Weston Vaughn, thank you, brother. He says he's enjoying the videos. Good, man. I appreciate you being a sub. Nathan Hollis, it looks cold and nasty out there. That's that video with where I was driving, and yes, it was definitely cold and nasty. Let's see here, where's somebody else here? I don't know. I think that was some guy trying to be if you guys do something like crazy, put something negative or whatever in your feed, YouTube will block it. I can't even respond to it because they'll pick it up and block that your response to one of my videos is like super negative or nasty or something. They'll block it. I can see only a piece of it and won't be able to respond to you and throw you the finger or whatever I was going to do. Anyway, Texas Trucker 80. We were chatting a little bit via email, and I did respond to you, brother. So look in there, you'll find it. And let's see if I can find a couple of more good questions. Those are kind of back there a little bit. Corey, I want to find Corey's question. She was actually responding to me because of her husband who was getting started into it. And he was thinking about getting started into flatbed, and he's a 50-pluser. And the bottom line is, come on, do it. It's a lot of fun, and we can use the exercise, and it's worth it. It's gonna be it's some work. It's some work. It's definitely different than dry van reefer. Definitely. Well, some of it, because some of those dry van and reefer deals, you have to do the unloading, so some of it is work. But this stuff right here, man, it's something else. Darker come run. I don't know what that is. Congratulations on your new surroundings. I wondered how long the honeymoon would last. I spent 3 of 31 years driving for a Swift. Picked them because the terminal was 85 miles, and then they showed a different side. And he's not the only one with that issue. And you know, I can no longer actually come right out and defend them, because they railroaded me too. And I kind of get it a little bit with my situation, because it was a corporate decision to throw the baby out with the bathwater, because it can be you know, a liability if they said, look, this person who came up with this bull about this guy, they were 100% wrong, and we're just gonna can them and leave this guy alone. Well, then that person says, oh no, I had a complaint that was legitimate, and you didn't do it right, or whatever, you know, file a grievance of some sort, you know. And so it's easier for them to just separate themselves from the situation. My situation is a little bit different than what you guys may come up with, you know, what you guys may see. I was looking for a few more questions. We're at 20 minutes now. I'll answer some more later on. But main thing is, if you guys send me an email, make sure you put something in the subject, okay? Let me know what you want in the subject, you know, who you are, YouTube subscriber, something in the subject line, because if you do not, I will not respond to that email. I won't even open it. I'll just mark it as spam, okay? And that's because people try to hack into your emails and all that kind of stuff. You'll be surprised what happens. And so I like responding, but it's going to have to be something legitimate. I got to know that this is something real before I open up that email, okay? Other than that, guys, I'm gonna go inside and take a shower and finish doing my 34-hour reset here with still like 40 hours or something left on my clock. I'm doing the 34 because I may as well get a new clock out of sitting until Monday. I can't deliver until Monday, and I'm only like 200 miles away from the customer. So anyways, I appreciate you guys. Hey, let me know if you want more of those. Look at the video that has the truck with the mirrors there, and you'll see me drive. It's only like 7 or 8 minutes long, something like that. Let me know if you guys like those kind of ride alongs, and if you do, I'll make more of them. Okay, I want to put out the content that you want. I will put the cameras on the back of the truck so you can watch me in time lapse as the truck's getting loaded, and also as I'm tarping and strapping and all that kind of stuff. I want you to be able to see all of that stuff on time lapse. So we will get to it. I just want to get a little bit better with it so that the content that I give you and what I show you is proper. I'm still learning, and I don't want to put out bad information, you know, and later on it'll get better because I'll get better. But until I get to a point where I feel like I can actually show you, say for instance, this load behind me, there's several trucks picked up the same thing I picked up, and a couple of them pulled out before I pulled out, and it's the same stuff. But they just, I mean, they were just moving like you know, I couldn't believe how fast they were going ahead of me, man. I mean, I wasn't dragging ass, but they have so much experience. They know what they're doing, and I'm, you know, more cautious with what I'm doing and making sure that I'm, you know, got enough straps here and there, and that I'm torquing it down right, but not too much, and, you know, all this good stuff. And they're just throwing it and going and then pulling around me and taking off, you know. I'm like, oh. But it's a learning curve, and I'm not going to move fast, you know, just because. You know, I don't prove anything to anybody. I just want to do the right thing as often as I can possibly do it. And until I can get it, you know, that I know that I'm doing the right thing, then I'll start putting the GoPro on the back of the truck so that you guys can see what's going on. But I will keep the camera on the front. I mean, it's just like any corporation, any company, any trucking company, you know, everything's hands-free. Don't want you touching anything, you know, other than the steering wheel and driving down the road. But with the GoPro on the dash there, I can just reach up, push the button, it'll start recording, then I can pull out into the road, then start driving while that thing's going, and then when I get ready to show you guys a video, then I can just edit the part where you don't want to see, which is me pulling out of the truck stop, you know. So there's ways I can make that part work, you know. And if you guys want that ride along, let me know, and I'll make more of them. Okay. End of the rambling, and I need to know from you guys what you want. Just put it down below. I really appreciate you. Deliver undistracted, and here's your boop. Boop.